Good morning, everyone. Hope things are well. Still buzzing from the news that Anthony Elanga will become Newcastle United's first summer signing of the transfer window. £55 million from Nottingham Forest has secured the deal. He's currently out in Portugal now, enjoying the remaining time of his break before he will not return to Nottingham, but instead head to Newcastle to complete his medical within the next 48 hours now. In my personal opinion, this might change because you can see in the background I'm currently recording this video at midnight, so early hours of the Tuesday morning. Sounds like it's probably not going to be today, so maybe tomorrow or perhaps a day or so later he will do his medical. So of course on the channel you will see exclusive footage of us going to spot him. To make sure you are subscribed so you stay updated. Now, the reason why I'm recording the video at this time is because today is going to be a double upload. Spoiler alert, we are going to be doing something today, but as promised, there was going to be a special video dedicated to Anthony Elanga. Make sure you don't miss it because it will come out today. Shirt printing vlog, but with a twist. We are not done there. I'm going to be very busy. Just make sure you stick around so you don't miss it. But of course, the obvious and most important news is that Anthony Elanga will be our first signing. Very pleased with the deal, and it's great to see on social media everyone be so happy about it. William Osula, you cheeky man, look at him, laughing emojis, excited, commenting on social media posts regarding the deal, as if 2 or 3 days ago he wasn't spending time with his best mate, doing dancing videos together, enjoying themselves, and now all of a sudden Elanga is a Newcastle player. Listen, William Osula, the £15 million, despite the fact you haven't played much for us so far, worth every single penny. I like this guy a lot. I dig him a lot. He's going to be a great player at Newcastle, and Anthony Elanga will be a great player as well. But yeah, seeing that in social media, I thought it was hilarious. And as I said in the last couple of videos, especially hearing it on the Nottingham Forest point of view, their fans aren't pleased he's leaving. Felt like £55 million, they could have got more money for him. And on top of that, of course, Elanga is one of their key players. A player Forest did not want to lose this summer. So the fact that Newcastle have bought him is a major coup in our point of view. But speaking of transfer news, not the only major transfer news at Newcastle that has came out last night. Sean Longstaff, £12 million, Leeds' third bid of the window. The previous 2 bids, Newcastle have not even responded. They're just outright blank. Leeds are not even interested in the previous 2 bids. Now, £12 million to bring Sean Longstaff in. And David Ornstein has actually stated on Longstaff's behalf, he wants to leave this summer so we get money for him. He wants to leave so he doesn't go on a free next summer. How mental is that, by the way? Is this what PSR is nowadays? That has to be a first for me. A football player wants to leave our club because under PSR laws, we get pure profit for him, and he doesn't want Newcastle to lose out on the money next summer. Mental. Absolutely mental, this PSR garbage, by the way. But from Sean Longstaff, fair bloody player. I actually love Sean Longstaff, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit biased towards him. One of our own, local lad. Now, the unfortunate part is I'm going to be quite harsh on this towards our fans. I get that supporters obviously want the money, want us to improve in our squad, and want us to have the best possible team going. But the amount of people celebrating the fact that Sean Longstaff is probably going to leave. This is one of our local lads. He's went through the ranks now. Regardless of what you think about Sean Longstaff as a player, he's scored 2 huge goals against Southampton in the semi-final, heading into a cup final. Those goals got us to Wembley, and I know we lost to Manchester United on the day and we were runners up, but 2 years later, that experience, in my opinion, was vital in our win against Liverpool. Longstaff scored a penalty down at Nottingham, which won us in the second round and got us going up into the cup run in the first place. PSG scored in our first Champions League match at St James's Park in 20 years and has been vital for us in big matches. So I'm a massive fan of Sean Longstaff on a personal level. If you've been subscribed to the channel for a few years now, I had the chance of going to Saudi Arabia when Newcastle were there during the World Cup run. We played Al Ahly, won 5-0, one match out in Saudi Arabia. We went there, of course, to see Newcastle in the Middle East. Now, there was a meet and greet event on, and Sean Longstaff was one of the players there. So to give you a bit of context, I've just went full time on YouTube at this point. So it's within the first year. Subscriber wise, probably got about 20,000 or so. Things are going well for me, but deep down, I'm still kind of, I guess, in my early stages of being able to properly progress on YouTube. And I remember going to meet and greet, walked up to Sean Longstaff. Oh, Adam, nice to meet you. I'm not even joking. I promise you, this actually happened. This is true. Adam, can I get a photo with you? Like, Sean Longstaff actually asked me for a photograph. Now, I sat with me afterwards. It was one of them things that's always kind of like sunk down the back of my mind. This is something I always kind of look back on and go, well, Longstaff didn't have to do that. And even if, let's say, he was taking the mick and you just sent a photograph to his mates just to say he's always, even just walking away from that, it was quite a nice heart-to-heart moment as well. Them ones were like, you just reflect on it. And he's a proper local lad. Like, he loves a football club. He wants to see us do the best he can. And he's always gave 100%, always grafted his arse off, and he's someone that, of course, I've kind of got that personal connection towards. And not to give you a sob story, because it's not the point of this YouTube video, but in terms of personal interactions I've had with, I guess, celebrities or any football players, definitely one of the better ones I've had. He's always been sound every time I've saw him. He's clearly happy, clearly wants to get on and do his job for Newcastle, and he's a proper local lad. So to see the fact that he wants to leave just so we get this PSR money, fair play to him. And I hope fans look back in high regards towards Longstaff, because, of course, he is one of our own and he's always gave 100%. So please do show him respect, even if, in your opinion, you feel like it's a correct sale to make, because he's quite active in social media. He does see the stuff that you guys post, so please just be nice to him. He doesn't deserve any of this negative attention on social media. As for Leeds, I do actually think it's a good sign for Leeds. I think it's exactly the sort of level we probably should be at, mid-table Premier League or newly promoted teams. It's a good project for him, and Longstaff brings a lot of experience for him. Price-wise, I think that's a good price for Leeds. I actually think, might be a bit biased here, but I reckon for an English lad in his middle-20s, probably value-wise, you can still squeeze maybe a little bit more out of Leeds. For £12 million, I think it's a good deal for both clubs. £12 million is more than the £0 we would get next summer if we don't sell him now. So for Newcastle, seems like a smart move. The only potential issue could be perhaps the homegrown and club-trained laws in the UEFA. Worst case scenario with that, you can still sign Tim Krul or Fraser Forster on a free. That will sort out any homegrown issues, but I don't think Newcastle has that issue. The fact that we are even discussing the sale of Sean Longstaff sounds like Newcastle has it under control. This sale also sounds like it's probably going to happen. So for me, I'll say it one more time, Sean Longstaff, wish you all the best, but I think it's a good move for everyone involved. I think it's a good move for him, good move for Leeds, and a good move for Newcastle. I think everyone can walk away with this deal being happy and satisfied with the outcome. Walking away from this video, it's fair to say the last 24 hours has certainly been a lot more positive for Newcastle United. I felt like it was the right time for news like this to come out as well. Yesterday's video, you might have felt like it was a bit negative at the time, but to be honest, on social media and just talking about Newcastle, I think a lot of fans probably were a bit on edge, a bit nervy. Of course, it has been a couple of years now since we have made a real major sign as someone that's been able to come in and immediately improve our team. And it's that moment now where Newcastle gets one player through the door. And once you get one through the door, I think it's a lot easier to get more players through the door, because you take away some of that pressure and now you can focus in other areas. Of course, we already know from yesterday, Callum Wilson is out the door. So now we are going to be looking at bringing a new striker in. There's been still quite conflicting reports on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. To give you an example, Lee Ryder here at the Chronicle has said that Dominic Calvert-Lewin's representatives contact Newcastle, and Newcastle have politely told them, no, we don't want to sign him. Now, Luke Edwards has contradicted that, and he said that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a possible signing. So even amongst the journalists, a lot of confusion, a lot of people kind of contradicting, and just no real collective agreement. So for Newcastle, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a potential option straight away. You could look at for replacing Callum Wilson. Again, a lot of players out there. When you look at a player like João Pedro, deep down, was João Pedro going to sign to be Newcastle's second choice striker? No chance. So the fact that we have even attempted to sign João Pedro means that Newcastle maybe focus on number 10 and a striker and someone out wide. And now a centre midfielder if Sean Longstaff goes, not mentioned centre half. Goalkeeper is still an option, so we could be looking at quite a hectic window. Players going out the door, players coming through the door. It is going to be a fairly busy few weeks at Newcastle, so stay tuned. Make sure you let me know down in the comment section what players and what options do you feel like Newcastle should be targeting. It could be quite a few through, so let's just make sure we enjoy the ride, take it all in, because Newcastle is now the window where you can start bringing these players in. One almost already through. I'm looking forward to see what we can do next. So take care. Like I said in the intro, I'm not done today. We're going to be back later, so please do get those notifications turned on and make sure you don't miss it, because it is a bit mental. Not to spoil anything more, but you're not going to expect, it's probably the last thing you're going to expect me doing today, but yeah. If everything goes smoothly, you'll see the video later on today. But take care, and we will see you all in the next one.